because I don't have the notepad here. Give me
You-
1 second. Check. One
Okay.
second.
Okay.
If I get out of the Geo Meet, I kind of lose the connection. Let me see if it works. Give me 1 second.
Okay. Okay.
Can I type it in the chat here instead of like sharing the screen? Because this is a little easier for me. I'll type it in the chat box in Geo Meet.
Okay. 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 Fine. Fine. No issues. Up to you.
Mhm.
Yeah. What exactly we require?
Yeah.
Okay. So you don't. Yeah. Are you in laptop or in mobile?
Actually, I'm on the phone because my laptop doesn't support the Geo Meet. For some reason, I tried, but it doesn't work. I don't know why. It's a Microsoft Edge. It should work, but
Okay.
I don't know why. Yeah. So the first thing I'm going to do is, as I said, I'm going to read the business require document thoroughly and understand it.
Type it in the
I
text.
did. I did type it in. I typed it in the chat box. If you look in the chat box over here for the
Yeah.
GeoMeet.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm seeing.
Yeah. And then the next thing I'm going to do is develop a test plan.
Are you typing?
Yeah. I'm actually speaking also so that you can know what I'm typing here. I will develop
Okay.
a test plan, creating an
Wait.
outline.
Wait. Cool. Cool. Now, understand business requirements means what?
I did actually say that I'm going to read the business requirement document,
No, you
which
should
is
not read the business requirement. You have to read FRS and
yeah,
FRS and
that's what I'm saying. Is the business requirement document,
see.
the requirements provided by the client. What do
No,
they need?
yeah, the requirements which are provided by the client comes under
Yeah.
functional as well as non-functional focusing of the criteria. We
Mhm.
cannot able to read business requirements as well as software requirements. We can read functional requirements, core functional requirements, and design documents. That should be necessary for the tester.
Okay.
Okay, type it out there. Okay, understand functional specifications and design documents.
Give me
Understand.
1 second. I'm just typing the second step, so I'm going to go back on the first one.
Okay, okay.
Understand.
Develop. Understand functional specifications and design documents.
Functional
Okay,
specifications and
design documents.
digital documents,
No, design.
design documents.
Still not design. Design documents. What exactly
Okay.
design documents consist?
They tell you kind of like the workflow, what exactly we need to do, like all the functional, non-functional aspects.
Okay. So what is meant by a prototype?
Say that again. You
What
just
is
broke up. What
what
do I
is
understand by
what is meant by prototype?
prototype? Is actually the designing concept
Okay.
for the product.
So what exactly FRS contains?
The FRS actually contains all the details of the requirements. Um,
Okay.
it gives like the
No,
specifications, actually, the exact specifications.
what it contains. Specifications, okay, I got it.
Mhm.
But what it contains exactly?
It tells us like the purpose of the testing, like what exactly we are supposed to do with the software, then the test cases, then the traceability matrix,
Mm,
and the how the software is actually supposed to behave,
okay,
so that we can compare with it and find out the defects or the deviations.
okay,
So isn't that it basically, it's the expected behavior, like, which is the main purpose of it.
okay. Good.
Mhm.
Client to know the functional specifications and design
Yeah.
documents. Fine. Mm, okay. After that, after understanding the FRS
I did,
specifications,
the-
you have to
I
go
did
for
write the second one, develop a test plan.
okay. After analyzing the test plan, then what we have to do?
Design test cases.
Very good. Type it over there. First, before test cases, design.
We develop the test plan.
Okay, we are not develop the test plan. Senior most people will provide the test plan.
Mhm.
Based on test plan, what
We
are the
design the
types
test
to be
case.
tested should be analyzed over there. So as a tester, what you have to do after gathering the specifications, after reviewing the plan, then what you have to do?
First, I'll do the test scenario, then the test
Very good.
cases.
Yeah, that I did actually. Test scenario, type it test scenario. Next,
Test cases,
very good. Next,
and the test steps.
yeah, next.
Then I'll create the test environment.
No, no, test steps after that, based on how you take,
Execute,
how you,
execute the
okay, how you prepare the test plan, test steps based on,
based on the test cases.
see, sequence scenario, test case, test steps, and test design conditions based
Yeah,
on
I did.
conditions based on
That's what I said. The test environment.
yeah, based on
Yeah,
test conditions we will prepare the test steps.
yeah, I did write test steps here. After the test steps, it's the test environment, right?
Mm, yeah, and what are the test conditions we have? Can you provide one example for test conditions and a test scenario, test case, test step, test condition? I need four.
Supposing, for
Yeah.
example, I have to test the login module for Facebook. So the
Mhm.
test scenario would be to validate the functionality of login module.
Okay.
That would
Next.
be my test scenario, right? And
Mm,
after the test scenario, I'll do the test case, which would be setting up like the prerequisites and the conditions that the user actually should have an access to Facebook account.
Okay. Mhm.
And after that, I'll have like the test data, which would give me. Can you hold on for 1 second, Shiva? Just one moment.
Okay. 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 No issues.
Sahib ji, no screaming, Puttar. Yeah, beta, I can hear you. Please. I'm sorry. Actually, my son is home today. He was watching a game or something and getting excited. Sorry about that.
Okay. Yeah, no issues. No issues. No
Yeah.
issues. Yeah.
So in the basically in the test data, I do mention all the requirements. So, for example, the alphanumeric has to be used,
Mm-hmm.
and then it has to have like a certain number of characters, supposing minimum 6, maximum 10. Then alphabets A
Mm-hmm.
through Z.
Mm.
Um, so I'll have that test data mentioned in there.
Okay.
And then the person should have like a valid email, a valid password.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So,
Valid credentials, invalid
mhm,
credentials,
mhm.
blank details. Those all comes under conditions in a test steps. Based on the condition, we will prepare the test steps. Right.
Yep,
Then you can execute the test cases. After
yep. Then
executing the test cases, what we have to do? We have to
we
after
have
execute,
to we have to report the defects found.
first we have to prepare the test logs. No,
Okay,
directly we
test log.
go test logs. Chat
Hmm.
type in chat box. Test
I
log.
did. Hmm.
Okay, what exactly the test logs contain?
Test logs actually contain the details of the entire process that we have done, which basically is a step-by-step guide for the developers. And in the test log, we are actually going to put the date, time we did the test.
See,
Then,
I'm not,
then
I'm
we are
not.
going to put the status. We are also going to put the steps how to reproduce the defect.
Okay.
We can attach the screenshots or the videos,
Mhm.
um, so that
See,
the developer is able to reproduce that. And then we also have to mention the test environment, if we did it in Chrome, Firefox, or Android or iOS. So all those details of the test environment we put in there.
so that will be there in the test plan. No. Okay.
Why would
Test
that be in the test
environment.
plan? Isn't it this going to be in the test log for the developer?
Test log is nothing but pass or fail criteria.
Oh,
Test
so it's
pass
only
or
the
fail.
it's
Pass
only
and
it's only pass or fail in test log.
okay. Pass and fail comes under test logs. Defect log is different. Raise a defect and report the defect. That is what you said. No, so capture the screenshot of the defect and report it. Those all
Uh-huh.
comes under defect report preparation.
Okay, so the test logs is only pass and fail status, huh?
Exactly. Next,
Okay.
what the defect after finding the defect, what you have to do?
So after we put in pass or fail, doing the test log,
Mhm. Pass or
then
fail
we
is
report, yeah,
then
then we
if it
put
is
in the
fail,
report the defects.
yeah, if it is fail, you report the defects, right?
Mm-hmm.
What exactly this report of the test defects contain? How can you report the defects?
We usually do it in one of the project management tools, which most of the times is Jira. So
Mhm.
we actually put in all the details, as I said before, like the date and time when we tested it, the environment we tested it in, um, and the steps to reproduce it, like what steps we had followed to
Yeah,
test it. And then we attach the
reproduce.
screenshot
So,
videos.
okay.
And
Now,
lastly, we put in the severity and the priority status for the developers.
Okay, fine. We focus on these things: test
Mm-hmm.
scenario, test case, test step, test condition.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? That is the process we have for functional validation of any kind of a product. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Uh, I have 4 text objects. Okay, now I'm
Mm-hmm.
sharing the screen. Yeah, I have these all objects. Then how can you test it? Imagine 4 test objects we have. I have these 4 test objects. Okay, now how can you test?
The first one is the search bar. I don't see anything written here.
Anthony, what?
The first one, okay, the profile fields. Now I see it. I didn't see the name and login name before.
Okay, name and login name and email, website is there. 4 objects we have. Then how can you start testing them?
So the first thing is we are going to read the requirements,
Mhm.
which are provided by the customer, like how they exactly need the profile to be put in there. So then we are going to understand all the customization of the profile fields, like what the client actually tells you, how many characters, how many special characters, or whatever the requirements are mentioned in there. And then once I have identified the settings related to the profile customization, then I will actually go to the first, the name part.
Okay.
And I will, whatever the test data is provided, based on like alphanumeric, sorry, for the name, it's going to be alphabets only.
Mhm.
If there is any minimum or maximum characters in that, I will um, validate that part.
Okay.
Hmm. So I will design my test case, okay,
Okay.
positive or negative test case, in which
Then
I
go to
am going to
positive
put
and
all
negative
the
tests.
I'm going to put
Positive.
all the alphabets in the name part, and with the
Mhm.
negative test case, I will add maybe the numbers to see if the system
Okay.
rejects it.
You are saying that alphanumeric numbers,
Not
minimum.
alphanumeric, alphabets is the given in the documentation, because the name is not going to consider the numbers. But my
Mhm.
negative test case will include a number to see if the system rejects that. It's because it's an incorrect format.
Mhm.
Hmm. So after I do both positive and the negative test case on the name part, then I will go into the login name.
Okay. See, what is this? There is a one red mark now. What is
That
this?
means it's mandatory.
Okay. So now observe carefully: name, login name, email, website.
Mhm.
I am going to test these 4 fields with respect of given test data by applying decision table technique. That's it, simple. I asked, what, how you going to test these four fields? Means, okay, I understood that knowledge, Kate, I gathered the KT, I have the scenario, I have the test data. Based on test design technique called decision table testing, I can implement the conditions of positive and negative cases for the required test steps. That's it.
Okay, so you are saying that we can do these three in one go.
Hmm.
That's what it is.
Here, here actually, I'm giving the name, login name, email. These fields are mandatory.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm also giving the URL path of website. First, I will focus a fixed mandatory field with all the mandatory fields, insertion of the all mandatory fields with website. Without giving any mandatory fields, insertion of website. With the valid name to login email is not applicable. I will test it without giving login name and email with name and website. So totally we have 4 objects. 8 possible ways of testing will be occurred. You are getting what I am saying? 8 possible ways of testing will be occurred. So 4 into 2, 8. 8 possible ways of testing will be occurred. In these 3 are mandatory. All the
Mm-hmm.
3 I will give, all the 3 data I will give, and I will not give the website because it is not a mandatory, optional. Website is
Mm-hmm.
optional, but these 3 are mandatory. You have to hook by hook or crook. You have to give this. Okay, like that we are focused on by implementation of test decision table. By implementation of decision table testing, I will prepare the valid test steps according to the test conditions. Okay.
Yeah.
You, okay. The like
But
that you
still
have
you
to.
have but still you have to mention for each one that the valid the possible supposing for the name field I have to say.
Mhm.
So it the names can contain alphabetic characters, possibly with like spaces and hyphens.
Okay. I will do unit testing for each and every field by assigning minimum, maximum value, range, valid, invalid, or whatever it may be. Those comes under BV and UCP, right?
Yeah, but are we
We
are we doing that over here or no?
will do it. Definitely, we have to do by applying BV and UCP according to the requirement.
Mm-hmm.
According to the test data, by applying BVA UCP, I will go for applying. I will apply decision table technique here because it contains 4 objects. Four
Mm-hmm.
objects. For this, I can go for decision table testing.
So how
So
are you
how
going to write
you
that then decision table? Can you write it in Excel and show me?
I already provided. I previously given no.
No, you did, but I just want to.
Okay.
I'm just trying to see the execution of it to bring it back to my. In this, no, 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 not this one. In that specific example, I'm talking.
Tell me what example
Hmm.
you are asking.
The one that yeah, this one. Like if I have to write this in Excel sheet, how am I going to write it?
Okay. First, I will show you this, then I will go for that preparation. Okay. Account already approved. So, what is the condition here? Here, the condition to transfer money or account already approved. Okay. OTP one time matched. Sufficient money in the account is there. If you go for these three things, then you will go for. So these are the mandatory conditions. Action 1, transfer money. Show message in insufficient account. Block the transaction in case of sufficient transactions. So these are our mandatory conditions. Okay. So after giving the conditions, then go for transfer money. It is we execute true, true, true. When you insert all the values, then you can execute. But in this test case, another case, only two will be true, another one is false. Third one, middle is false. Fourth one, two are false. Fifth one, not applicable. Two are not applicable, false. We will execute this, execute this, execute this, execute. Here it is not accepted. So I have four objects. Based on the details what we have, I will going to transfer the money. There is the action one. So what is the change? See here. Whenever you want to transfer the money through online to a particular account, which is already added and approved. Okay. So first you have to add the account in your whenever data should be transferred, you have to add the account. Then it should be approved, then only you can transfer, right? So here the conditions to transfer money are account already provided. This is a condition, mandatory requirement. OTP, one-time password matched. Sufficient money is there in the account. If you have these three options, conditions, what is the action to do? Transfer the money, show a message and insufficient amount, or block the transaction in case of suspensions transactions. So based on these three conditions, I will focus on remaining actions. TC1, TC2, TC3, TC4, TC5. Like this, I will focus on decision table testing. Now here, how to do this? Here we have already three mandatory fields, one website. So we give three mandatory fields: enter valid name, enter valid login name, and enter valid name, and enter valid login name, and enter valid email. Then enter website, click on next. That is one step. Second step is enter valid name, enter valid login name, enter email, enter valid email without giving website. Click on next. So like this, whatever I showed here now. So valid, false data condition, valid, false condition, valid, false, invalid condition, invalid condition. All the things are invalid. Based on this, you have to do testing. That is comes under this criteria. Okay. Now here you, of course, you can apply BVA and ECP. That is comes under test data, right? What is BVA? What is meant by BVA?
Boundary values.
Okay. Yeah, this one, right? Okay.
Yeah, the
Valid.
boundary analysis.
Yeah, minimum and maximum range. Here, applicable values. ECP means whether
Equivalence partition.
Yeah, equivalence class partition. Whether your data is applicable with the alphanumeric or in capital uppercase of alphabet or lowercase of alphabet, that should be managed based on ECP technique and the body technique. Apart from DVA ECP to prepare the data, you have to applicable for, you should go for decision table testing. Decision table testing. So here three mandatory. By giving all the three mandatory, valid website. By giving all three mandatory, invalid website. Do not give any data here. Two valid mandatory with mandatory field here also. Mandatory name should not invalid login name, valid email with mandatory website. Sorry, valid website. Like that, combinations, permutations, and combinations of objects validation you have to do. Suppose, now what I'm trying to say here, if you toss two coins, so basically coins consist of
Heads and tail.
head and tail. Okay, head and tail. Okay, now what is the outcome? What is the probability of outcome? Any the probability of getting the values of two coins?
It could be heads and heads, tails and tails, heads and tail.
Head, tail, and head. Okay. Head,
It could be
tail,
heads and
and
heads also.
and next.
Head and head.
Very good.
And then tail and tail.
Yeah. Just a minute. Tail, head, head, tail. Okay. Next, head, head. Then tail, tail. Okay. What else? Head, tail, tail, head,
Tail and
head,
tail.
tail, head, tail, tail, tail. Okay. Next.
Tail and tail.
Yeah. Tail and tail. Next.
Head and head.
That's it. These are the. This is the steps, and the based on the conditions we will compare these, and you have to get the output for the two coins. Head, tail, tail, head, tail, head, head, tail, head, tail, 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 and head, head. So what you are getting? 4 probability ways of combinations with 8 values you are getting. See, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. But 1, 2 is decision table testing. This way is called as decision table testing. Of course, you can apply BVA, and here it is not apply the BVA and ECP. But if you insert the data into the particular field, suppose if you have a Gmail application or whatever it may be, then in Gmail, you go for login builder. In login build, we have user ID and password. Only two objects. Only two objects. And click on submit or login or water. But you are getting the here 2 coins and getting a 8 probability ways of testing. Now, what are the two values here? Only 1, 2. 2 into 4, totally 8. 8 options are coming, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 plus 4, 8. 2 into 4, that is called as 8 combinations of outputs will be occurred.
But it's
Okay.
not exactly 8 because it's a repetition. Head and head is coming 2 times. Tail and tail is coming 2 times.
See, I am focusing for this object and focusing for this, and this is another coin and this is another coin.
Yeah,
I'm
despite the fact
but
they
I'm
are two different
combining all
coins,
the things.
but one coin cannot have tail and tail at the same time.
Okay,
So
good.
that's not a valid option.
That
How
is
can
not a
one,
valid option.
yeah, how can
Yeah,
one tail have
I,
head and head? How can one tail have
well,
tail and tail?
yeah, very good, very good. So what we have fake do compare.
Mm-hmm.
See, when you toss a coin, head will not come. If you get a
Mm-hmm.
head, tail will come. If a head, tail will come. Tail,
Mm-hmm.
head, tail, head.
Mm-hmm.
Like that. See, testing is nothing but positive as well as, yeah, tell me, positive and as well as negative,
Negative.
negative test.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Negative test conditions. Okay? Based on that, you have to do. Okay? Clear any doubt?
No, this is fine, but how are we gonna write that in our Excel sheet when you are doing like a login into the Excel sheet?
I
How will
will
we do that?
very good. I will tell, but I will
Mm-hmm.
not prepare the in. I will not prepare the case step condition in the Excel sheet. You have to write now. This is homework for you.
But
Okay,
I did not understand it. So can you show me how do we do that at least for one field? I that's what I'm asking. I did not understand how to log into the Excel sheet.
just it, just it. I will tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, forget about scenario, all those things. This will be
Mm-hmm.
covered later. But straight away going for a test case description, validating, okay, registration
Mm-hmm.
field. Okay, with positive data. Okay, page should be open. Okay, step one. Enter valid name, alt enter. Enter valid. What we have? Login name. Login name. Enter login name. Then enter valid email. Okay. Enter valid website. Okay. Enter valid name, enter valid. What is that? Valid login name. Okay. Enter valid name, enter valid login name, enter valid email, enter valid website. Insert the data and check it out. Actual, when we insert a valid, all the valid credentials, it should, the system should display, or after, so imagine I'm saying, okay, I've given all the fields and clicked on next button. Then what happens? It may have, it used to create the registration page. Yes or no? You can get a mail ID, successful mail ID will be created. That is called as expected result.
So we are
System
not doing so we are not
should,
doing those steps of enter invalid name.
later in step 2 it will come. See, positive case, this is for
Mm-hmm.
positive data. Positive
Okay.
data. Next, negative data. And next, positive and negative. And next, blank. Next, uh, invalid data. Only invalid data. Like that you see, I have shown the scenario, no?
Mm-hmm.
You forgot where I shown the scenario. See, for login build, I shown no. Like that only you have to do.
Mm-hmm.
See here. So scenario is this one, and the case is this one. Please focus on this. Okay. Scenario is this one, login build. Okay, enter valid credentials. Then the steps. Okay. This is a valid credentials only. Positive test data. And this is invalid, only invalid. Invalid combinations are 3. Valid, invalid, invalid, valid, invalid, invalid. And here we go for no credentials or blank details. Okay, then simply click on submit. What is the expected
Mm-hmm.
result? Please enter all mandatory fields. That is the expected result. Okay. Yeah, expected behavior is please enter user ID as well as password. This is mandatory. Okay. But here also,
Mm-hmm.
please enter all mandatory fields. That is called as the expected result. Okay. Then blank user ID, valid password. It is also applicable. Valid user ID, invalid password, it should also applicable. Valid user ID, blank password is also applicable. Invalid user ID and blank password, it is also applicable. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now I am going for multiple sets of validation tasks with respect of BVA and ECP. This is not required when you focus on BVA ECP directly here. Then when what I shown you, no, see this one.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Okay, if you prepare this, that is not required. If you are not preparing, it is mandatory to insert the data here. Okay, then to click on forget password. See, this is only for specific data. This is for only for particular field. Okay, to click on registration button.
Mm-hmm.
It contains the check on the registration button to validate relevant features. Okay, these are all will be necessary to prepare the data in the Excel format. Okay, enter valid. So I'm giving only positive data. Next, valid registration field with negative data.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, like that. See, scenario, this is the case, these are the steps. In the steps, these are the steps for valid. Similarly, for invalid,
Mm-hmm.
well, combination of valid and invalid. Like that, you have to do. You're getting
Okay.
or not?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can you prepare this?
Okay.
Actually, you are you asked to do. Yeah, you will submit on Monday, right?
Yep.
Can you come tomorrow?
What time?
Mm, tomorrow, morning IST.
What time?
You tell what is your time exactly?
You
Sufficient.
tell me.
Morning,
Right.
morning, morning
Right.
6 o'clock.
6:30 in the afternoon. You tell me what time.
Morning 6 o'clock. IST. Possible? Hello. Hello. Are you there? Hello. Vinder? Hello.
Hello, Shiva.
What happened?
Well,
Disconnected.
I was talking. I think you can hear me or I could not hear you. Did you say 7 a.m. or did you say 6 a.m.?
6 a.m. 7 a.m. is what is the time for you?
I'm going to check it right now. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
6 a.m.
Mm.
6 a.m. on Saturday. That's what you're saying, huh?
Yeah, for you it is Saturday, right?
Hanji. Okay. No, your Saturday morning is my Friday evening.
Oh, okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Let me
Today,
check it. Give me 1 second.
yeah, today is Thursday for you.
Today is Friday afternoon. It's your Friday night already.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. Friday night for
Yeah,
us.
so it's gonna be Saturday morning for you. Give me 1 second, I'll tell you right now.
Okay. Check it out at 7 o'clock, 7 a.m.
It's 7 a.m. to it'll be 5:30. 5:30. Mm, can you do like 15 minutes early because I have to pick up my son at 6:30 from his class.
Mm,
Takes me about 15
at
minutes
what,
to go,
what time?
5:30,
Oh,
5:15.
okay, okay.
Can you do it 6:45 a.m.?
No issues, no issues, no issues.
So yeah, 6:45 will be my how many hours from now? Can you tell me?
Now
What
it
time
is
is it for you?
uh, 10. Now it is
It,
10 for us.
it's 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 means 9 hours from now.
Yeah. So 6:45 you are saying, no?
Can you send me like a message 15 minutes prior to the class? I'll join it. Don't worry.
Oh, so at what time you want to
It's
message?
okay. It's fine. Your 7 a.m. Just message me like 15, 20 minutes prior to that.
Okay, 6:45 I have to message, right?
Yeah, just message me. Okay.
Okay, 6:45 I have to message, and you can able to log in
Yeah,
on 6.
I'll log in. Yeah, I will log in. Don't worry.
Okay, fine. So
Okay. Thank you, Shiva.
yeah, thank you. 6:45.
Bye. Yeah.
I,
Hmm.
I will text you.
Okay.
Okay, when
Okay, right. Thank you.
spot. Yeah. Okay, now you got it. What I said.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is it clear?
Yeah, it is. I'm just gonna do a little more, like go through the notes and stuff later.
Exactly. Please do it. Don't
Mm-hmm.
confuse. So
Mm-hmm.
step sequence order. Scenario, case, see. Scenario, case. In the
Case
case,
step.
based on conditions, you have to prepare the steps. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Test
Okay.
data. Test data. You are almost applying for the any particular text box. You will apply BVA and ECP.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. So traceable
Okay.
pattern, forget about that. Yeah, this is a high-end document. Test data,
Mm-hmm.
scenario, case, then defect report. That's it.
Okay.
Like that, you can focus on that.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, right.
Any doubts?
No, should be good.
Okay. Please do it. Please do it.
Yeah, sure. I
If you
will.
do, if there is any mistakes, then I will going to help you.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, right, Shiva.
Yeah. So we see tomorrow at 6:45.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
You too. Bye bye.